My parents abandoned me at 10, then came back the day I inherited $18 million. I was still wearing my black funeral dress when my parents walked into my lawyer's office. I hadn't seen them in 16 years. The fabric scratched my skin as I sat at the polished mahogany table, listening to my attorney calmly explain the details of my uncle's estate. Numbers so large they felt unreal. Approximately $1.8 million in liquid assets, he said. A majority stake in Arcadia home and living valued at $14.9 million, and the Craftsman estate appraised at $2.2 million. I nodded like a robot. Uncle Ben had warned me this would all be mine someday. But someday wasn't supposed to be at 26, 3 days after burying the only man who ever raised me. Then the door opened. No knock, no warning, just footsteps. I turned and my heart dropped straight into my stomach. My parents stood there, older, polished, familiar in the most horrifying way. The people who left me with a 7-word note when I was 10. Uncle Ben will take care of you. That was it. No goodbye. No explanation. No. We love you. My coffee cup rattled in its saucer as my hands began to shake. We heard about Benjamin's passing, my father said gently. We're so sorry, honey. Honey. The word felt like a slap. You can't be here, I whispered. You left me. My lawyer stood up instantly. This is a private meeting, but my parents didn't look surprised. They looked prepared. That's when I understood. They didn't come back for me. They came back for what I inherited. The second ambush. 3 days later, they rang my doorbell. My house now. Uncle Ben's house. I let them in against my better judgment, because part of me, the 10-year-old, who waited weeks for them to come back, still wanted answers. They sat at Uncle Ben's kitchen table like they belonged there. My father pulled out a leather portfolio. We've done our research, he said casually. That business is worth almost $15 million. No condolences. No guilt. Just numbers. Then my mother slid a folder toward me. Court documents. Custody papers. A check stub from 2009. $13,500. You sold me, I said slowly. For $13,000. Silence. My uncle hadn't just taken me in. He had paid them to leave me alone. Every Christmas. Every opportunity. Every protection. A shield. They waited until he was dead to come back. We'll contest the will if we have to, my father threatened. We still have rights. You signed those away, I replied. For less than a used car. What my uncle left me. On Monday morning, my lawyer showed me everything Uncle Ben had prepared. Private investigator reports. Audio recordings of threats. Fake medical emergencies. A restraining order from 2021. He knew they'd come, and he made sure I wouldn't be defenseless. So I agreed to meet them one last time. In public. At the Arcadia showroom. Witnesses everywhere. The end. I stood beside the antique desk my uncle restored with his own hands. I found Uncle Ben's files, I said calmly. The color drained from my mother's face. I slid the cease and desist across the desk. You are not to contact me again, I said. Any attempt will be treated as harassment. So that's it? My mother whispered. You're cutting us off. I looked at her. Really looked. No, I said quietly. You did that 16 years ago. My father leaned in, panic cracking his voice. We need help. I met his eyes. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel small. I'm not your daughter, I said. I'm the consequence of your choices. Then I turned away. Not with anger. With peace. Because Uncle Ben didn't just leave me money. He left me protection.